For today's Cyber CEO episode,
he runs like a big department within our business. It's marketing, and we have a whole e-blast service for our agents. And so he runs that he's able to take over and set up those tasks and do and just complete for me. He does a wonderful job. And I mean, he sees the little details. He just picks up on everything possible. This little department was taking up majority of my week, and I just didn't have time to do it. I had other tasks. So he bought me back time, which I think correlates with quality of life, not having to work extra hours, not having to stress about it in the mornings. So he really improved my quality of life, but I also felt like we together are growing through our business, and he has also helped me set boundaries, which is something that I wasn't good at in my personal life and work life. His smile, you get on a call with him and he's just got this big smile and he just makes you feel good and better, just brightens up your day. And I really feel like he's not only someone that works with me or works for me, he's like a friend at this point. And so that's my Cyberbacker.
welcome to Cyber CEO, wherein we talk about how our Cyberbackers helped our Cyber CEOs take their businesses to the next level. Cyber CEO is powered by Cyberbacker, the world's leading provider of admin support services from anywhere in the world to anyone in the world. Please visit our website www.cyberbacker.com for more details. Okay, another awesome day here at Cyberbacker. My name is 𝗙𝗯𝗶𝗶. We're back with another episode of Cyber CEO. And of course, we have a very special guest on the show. Alexandra, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on today.
Yes, we're very excited to have you. And again, we know you have a lot of things to do, so we really, really appreciate your time. Now, start things off to let you know we have a lot of listeners who are business owners just like yourself. So I need your help. Can you introduce yourself to our audience? Maybe let's start with, what's your role in the business?
Yeah, so I am working with Keller Williams, a couple different brokerages in Middle Tennessee area. So there's 3 offices actually. We have about 1,000 agents between the 3, and I am within a marketing role. So marketing support, coordination, all kinds of things. But I help the agents market their business, their real estate transactions, and just do a whole lot of other marketing things as well.
Okay. Now, my next question is, how long have you been in the world of real estate?
I have been in the world of real estate since I was 21. It's actually been about 3.5 years now. So ever since I graduated college, I've been just within the real estate business.
Right. They're building your career there in real estate. Now, yes. I'm curious though, how about with virtual leverage? Is this your first time working with someone virtual?
This is, yes. Started up with Cyberbacker just a couple months ago, I think. So my first time.
Okay, so first time working with someone virtual. So was it a huge change? Because I know all of us were used to working with people that we can see or meet. Now everything's going a bit more virtual. So how was the transition for you there?
I wouldn't say it was a hard change. I think it was kind of nerve-wracking at first, just knowing that you can't physically meet with the person, or are they going to pick up on the small little things that you might be able to pick up on? That was a little nerve-wracking, but within the last year or two, it's kind of all been virtual, the Zooms and everything. So it was a lot smoother than I thought, and I was impressed a lot more than I thought I would be going into it.
So smooth and painless then, we can say that. Mm-hmm. All right.
Definitely.
Now, talking more about your Cyberbacker experience, how did you first find out about us? Did someone refer you to us or see us online?
Referring, but also just hearing about it through other colleagues through Keller Williams. So our team leaders were using it, OPs were using it, just other colleagues. So I've always heard about Cyberbacker, especially a lot within the last year. Mm-hmm. And it was really my OP. She knew that I was struggling through getting some work done. And she's like, I think we use Cyberbacker. And I'm like, I think you're right.
And now you've been working with your Cyberbacker for a few months now, as you mentioned, right? A few months now. Now, talking more about the experience here with us, you went through the hiring process. So how did that experience go for you?
It was probably the easiest hiring process I've ever gone through. I will say that when I started the hiring process, I was desperate, which could be very dangerous when you're hiring. But with the process that Cyberbacker had, I didn't feel like I was rushing through it or that I was making a wrong choice just because I was in a rough spot in my business. They really set you up with great people And then just even getting to see the work that your cyberbacker has done prior to hiring them really helped me. I think the reason that I actually hired my cyberbacker is he created some videos and I could see his personality through those videos. And I felt like it matched a lot with mine. And I'm like, yep, that's my cyberbacker.
Right there. So just going through that, how did you know, aside from the videos that he sent out for his portfolio, what else did he do so that made you say, yeah, he's the one, he's my cyberbacker?
Yeah, I would say his personality, but also his communication skills. And so I felt like we communicated very similarly. You know, we're in this real estate business, which can be all professional, but he and I were kind of able to like crack a joke here and there. And we just have very similar personalities. So I felt like that really shined through, even though it was virtually, his personality really shined through for me.
Yeah, personality and a little sense of humor does go a long way, right?
Yes, definitely.
Now, talking more about your cyberbacker, what are the tasks then that you leverage off to him every day so you can focus on the things that you have to do?
Yeah, so essentially you could say that he runs like a big department within our business, 𝗙𝗵𝗹𝗶𝗹 service. It's marketing, and we have a whole 𝗙𝗵𝗹𝗶 service for our agents, and we send 𝗙𝗵𝗹𝗶 out to about 9,000 realtors in this area. And so he runs that. So we have a form, agents submit it, he gets the form, and he just creates the marketing all day long for it. And then he sends it to the agents, they approve it, and we send it out. So I would think of that as like a department almost within my business that he's able to take over and set up those tasks and do and just complete for me.
So basically he has his hands in a lot of things in your business, am I right?
Yes, definitely. And it was very scary to think that to have someone else take that over because I felt like the agents might get nervous about it, but he does a wonderful job. And I mean, he sees the little details. He just picks up on everything possible.
Yeah. And I think all throughout that, I mean, through the time that you've worked with him, you build the trust too with your cyberbacker. And again, it really takes the time. So really have to go through that process, right?
Yeah.
Now, talking more about your partnership with your cyberbacker, I'm sure some of our listeners might have a difficult time transitioning into the virtual world. So do you have any tips that you can share on how to create a strong partnership with someone who's virtual?
Yeah, I would say don't be afraid to give up things within your business. That was a big thing for me is I feel like I could be a control freak. And I'm like, I just can't imagine someone else picking up on these little things like I can. But through communication and even training with him just a couple of days on how we do our processes really helped. And so he was able to pick up on that, but he communicates with me daily. And if there's an issue, I don't feel like it's weird to communicate that issue. I feel like he's open to it. He takes criticism really well. So I would say communication was just the best thing.
Really communication then. Now, next question is, I'm curious to know, because what if someone would run up to you, ask you a question, how did Cyberbacker change your business? How did they have an impact on your business? How would you answer that question?
I would say they gave me back so much time. This little department was taking up majority of my week and I just didn't have time to do it. I had other tasks. So he bought me back time, which I think, correlates with quality of life, not having to work extra hours, not having to stress about it in the mornings. So he really improved my quality of life, but I also felt like we together are growing through our business. And he has also helped me set boundaries, which is something that I wasn't good at in my personal life and work life. But I was able to set boundaries, and also, those boundaries are set for him as well. So I want his quality of life to be good also. So through setting boundaries for myself, I can also enforce them through him as well. So if I don't want him working at a certain time, I don't want him working. I want him to enjoy his time off. So, I can really set those boundaries and really just use them like I wouldn't before.
We go. So really the quality of life. So you get more time to focus on the things that matter the most in the business, of course, right?
Yes.
Now, one last question for you. And I know for sure that your cyberbacker is going to be able to watch this once we have this online. So we'd like to know, what do you like most about him? What's the first thing that comes to mind when we talk about your cyberbacker?
Probably just his smile. You get on a call with him and he's just got this big smile and he just makes you feel good and better. Just brightens up your day. I know I've said it a million times, but his communication is great. And his name is 𝗙𝗹𝗹𝗶𝗹. He's out there watching. His communication personality is just what really sold me on him. And just even personal touches, like he has sent me notes or letters before, and it just makes all the difference. And I really feel like he's not only someone that works with me or works for me, he's like a friend at this point. And so his personality and communication is just what really sold me on him.
Now, we are very, very excited to see where this partnership grows to for the next couple of months. And again, Alexandra, thank you very much for dropping by. I had fun talking to you today.
Thanks for having me on.
Thank you for listening to our daily dose of Cyber CEO. Stay tuned to know more about how Cyberbacker creates a difference in this digital time and age. You can visit our website www.cyberbacker.com and follow our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Spotify.